So were you in a family dynamic where you could do nothing right? Everything you did was wrong, everything you did met with criticism. Anything that happened within the family got blamed on you? Or was it the opposite, where you could do nothing wrong and you were the hero of the family and everything you did was praised? If something went wrong, it was due to circumstances, not due to you. So what I'm describing is the difference between a scapegoat, or the black sheep in the family, and the golden child. So this is a dysfunctional family dynamic, but it's not uncommon at all. I've come across a lot of scapegoats, especially skateboarders, strangely enough. A lot of scapegoats. In a dysfunctional family, or where one of the parents is emotionally immature or even narcissistic, invariably one of the children gets pulled ahead. Nothing they do can be wrong. They can do no wrong. They are the ones that always get flooded with gifts and praise, and when things go wrong, it gets blamed on the other child. So the first one is the golden child, the hero in the family, and the scapegoat, the other child, is the one that can do nothing right. No matter what they do, it's not good enough, it's not enough, they should be doing more. They even get blamed when something goes wrong that wasn't their fault. It gets pinned on them. So that's a very unhealthy dynamic, and it might be a relief, especially if you were the scapegoat, to hear this, because life would seem very unfair to you. As a scapegoat as well, you tend to see the dark side of the family, the side that normally gets hidden from the outside world. It's a very unhealthy dynamic, and it could drive you to suicide. I've come across scapegoats that were close to suicide and actually cried when I told them about this. And it all starts to make sense when you hear about the dynamic. So what do you do if you're a scapegoat? Firstly, if you're the scapegoat, you need to realize that this is a type of abuse, and it might be that you're used to it and you don't really notice until now that you've heard this, that there's a problem with the dynamic in the family, and a problem with the way you're being treated. So for the scapegoat, you need to realize that you need to heal. You need to do a lot of healing of wounds that were caused throughout your childhood. You need to start to get in touch with who you are, not necessarily rebel as much, because you need to realize that a lot of unfair treatment came your way. You need to take care of yourself. You need to be the nurturer that you've always craved. You need to be the hero, your own hero. You need to be the healer. Heal yourself. Just acknowledge what you've gone through and start to build yourself up again, build your self-esteem, build your confidence, get in touch with your center, and maybe by this time you'd have had a sense of humor, because you're the one in the family that could see what was really going on. And then for the golden child, there also needs to be a certain amount of healing. The golden child was actually unknowingly forced to not be themselves, to become what the parent expected of them. And so they've sort of pushed off their center. They were forced to become the parent's ideal child. So the golden child needs to do some introspection as well, just like the scapegoat or the black sheep, because both of those were in a way abused by the parent by not allowing them to be themselves, not acknowledging them for who they are, not accepting them for who they are. So the one got all of the the attention and the gifts, and the other got none or less. So that must have seemed very unfair, especially if the golden child was aware of what was happening, which doesn't tend to be the case. The black sheep tends to be the one that's more aware of what's happening. So, like I said, both of those need to go through healing, and both of those might need to limit their contact with the specific parent that treated them unfairly, maybe even, if possible, going no contact until they've gone through their healing process. Yeah, it's very sad actually, and my sympathies to both, to everybody. You also probably need to look at your relationship with the golden child if you're the scapegoat, and with the scapegoat if you're the golden child, because that you were both put in very unfair situations, and that knowingly or unknowingly would have reflected in your relationship with each other. You need to actually move to a space of forgiveness so that you can repair your sibling relationship, which is important. And you probably need to repair that before you can repair